you know that one relationship where it just like leaves a mark on you because it was just like so special.
You're a beautiful girl. Like, you know, at what point are you gonna feel comfortable getting out there? You get cobwebs. Like what's your, you know, like what's the plan?
I'm about to go crazy this summer. Like I've been.
So you watch you. There we go. Cheers.
No, cheers. I'm about to go crazy this summer. I've been celibate for like the past 9 months. Abstinence. Yeah.
That's nice.
So I think I learned my lesson. I'm like, okay, girl, like it's time, you know, like.
So you don't even have like a little friend on the side or something? Hey guys, it's your girl Erin the Renegade. Thank you so much for watching. As you know, 8 at the Table is presenting these one-on-ones with our guests and with our co-hosts. Earlier you saw me chatting with my co-host Esso, and we had a lot of discussions about, you know, things that you need to talk about prior to marriage, prior to getting serious, and maybe things that you need to talk about on a first, second, third, fourth date. And in that same vein, our guest here, tell us your name.
Wanda.
And what's your IG?
My IG is Wandalise J. It's gonna be down in the description.
Wanda and I are gonna be discussing, you know, hot girl summers, how does it really go down in the DMs versus dating apps. I'm gonna be honest, we're two different generations, so she's giving me a lot of good information on how things go down in the DMs. And you know what? I'm surprised, because some of y'all be in my DMs and I didn't seen it. I had no idea that's what y'all was trying to do. I had no idea. But anyway, make sure y'all like, subscribe, chat, hit us up in the comments. We really appreciate the love and the hate. But thank you for watching and stay tuned.
You know when you start dating someone and you kind of like lose yourself? And
Absolutely.
like when you're single, you're like, damn, like I'm on top of my shit.
You flourish.
Like I'm doing everything, you know? I'm kind of in that stage in my life where I'm like, I'm really like getting shit done and like I'm accomplishing so many goals. So I'm like, I know that like if I do date, it's gonna be like such a setback for me.
So not even like casual dating, like just going to have a margarita with somebody or going to a comedy show or?
I mean, no.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm just so turned off. Well, I went on a date. I went on a date last Friday. It was like my first time dating since the summer. I went on one date in the summer. And then I went on a date again last Friday and it was okay.
Like obviously it wasn't spectacular. So like what made it so blah versus being like a really nice, I want to do it again experience?
I think it was just the person.
He was whack?
He wasn't whack, but it was like we had a 9-year age gap, and it was obvious, like, you know when you meet someone, and they're like, have you ever like dated someone older than you, like way older than you?
No.
Or no?
Mm-mm.
Like 9-year age gap?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. So he was very like, oh, like you're so young, like you're younger than me, and like I'm more like experienced and stuff, and like this and
So
that.
you just kept calling it out, making it uncomfortable?
Yeah, like calling it out and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, okay. I was like, if I just want to like vibe with someone, and you know, like they're.
Did you meet him like on a dating app or?
I met him on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of doing dating apps.
That's so funny because like the younger generation, that's what y'all be swiping.
Right. And like I see things on social media about like how funny dating apps are nowadays. Cause I think it's like Hinge where you have to do like a voice note thingy. Have you seen that? And like they ask you like different questions. I just like watch those on like Twitter and TikTok, and I'm just like dying because it's like people are like doing accents and like just like saying some like random things about themselves and stuff. So I'm just like, maybe I will go on a dating app like for shits and giggles.
Let me ask you this. So are your parents together? Are they married?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Are they married to other people?
It's so complicated. My mom, she never got married. So she was like a single mom. My dad, on the other hand, He was married for like 50 years.
50?
Yeah. Oh, my dad is 60.
Wait, but how does your mom?
My mom is like 40, 45.
Oh, it's like 15 years. It's not
Yeah.
a big difference. Okay.
But my dad, he was married to my stepmom since they were 17. I think she was 16, he was 17. And then they just had to like recently divorce for like legal reasons. I don't even know.
Okay, so I guess I'm just trying to figure out like your aversion to dating. Like I get that it's weird out here, like the dating pool has piss in it or whatever, I get it. Mm-hmm. But like, you know, I think a lot of older women, you know, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years older than you would be like, you know, yes, have your time to yourself, but you should still be out here testing the water, seeing what you like while still learning about yourself, while still figuring out what it is you like. Because if you're not out there being able to pick and choose what you like, how will you ever know what it is that you want, you know? Do you think you'll end up maybe wasting too much time focusing on yourself?
Right.
And maybe having your good years pass you by, or having like, you know, these prime years, if you will, pass you by?
I think the thing about me is that I don't like to admit, but I'm like finally like just I've recently just admitted it to myself. I think I was like really scarred from my last relationship. Or it's kind of like it's a thing where like it took me a while to move on, type thing. But
was it like your first real serious relationship?
It wasn't my first real serious relationship, but it was like the relationship that, you know, that one relationship where it just like leaves a mark on you because it was just like so special. Like if anyone like asks for like what was your favorite relationship or like the best partner you had and stuff, like you think of a person or like a person pops in your head. So it was like that type of relationship.
You're a beautiful girl. Like, you know, at what point are you going to feel comfortable getting out there, dating? I'm sure men come up to you all the time. You know, you can only say no so much. You know, you get cobwebs. Like what's your, you know, like what's the plan? You got to have a plan here. You can't just be out here knitting and raising cats and shit.
Right. You know? I think I'll just know, to be honest. Like I feel like right now, like the men that want to pursue me, it's very like, you know, like they all after the same thing.
Superficial.
Yeah, like they're superficial, you know, like they have one objective, you know, and it's like sex. So I'm kind of at the point where I could already like differentiate like off the bat like what it is, like what type of timing like they're on, like what's their energy and stuff. So I feel like a lot of like men recently, they're just like on that type of timing, and I'm like, I'm not on that type of timing, but it's like I don't want to lead you on and have you like thinking that I'm that type of timing when I'm really not, you know?
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, and I'm a woman who believes in having a hoe phase. So in your time of not dating, is this like your time to have a hoe phase, to test the waters with other people? Men, women, boys, girls, whatever. Like what's your, I mean, no one's just working. You know, like what's the game plan here? That's what I'm really trying to figure out.
The game plan, I'm about to go crazy this summer. Like I've been.
So you watch it. There we go. Cheers.
No, cheers. I'm about to go crazy this summer. Like no, like this summer, it's about to be like, it's gonna be a movie, Hallmark, Emmy Awards, Oscars. But no, yeah, cause I was like, I've been celibate for like the past 9 months, abstinence. Yeah.
That's nice.
So I think I learned my lesson. I'm like, okay, girl, like it's time, you know, like.
So you don't even have like a little friend on the side or something? That's nice.
I have like, I mean, like I have my I have my favorite hoes. You know, you have a favorite hoe and stuff, but I don't talk to them anymore. So I'm too prideful to like hit them up and stuff. So
They know now.
Hey, if you're watching this, hit my line.
You know who you are.
Do they?
So, okay, so that means we're having a whole summer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Don't let me put
sure.
words in your mouth now.
No, we are.
Okay.
Are we?
So, I mean, should the men hop in your DMs? Are you inviting that? Like, what's...
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you some play.
Yeah.
You know.
They should. All of them.
Well, there we go, y'all. We about to be out here this summer. So, y'all need to hit her up. She's beautiful. Look at her. What's your Wanda what?
My Instagram is in the description below. So follow me, hit me up. I'm down to have fun.
She's in Queens, y'all.
I'm in Queens. I'm located in Queens.
So if you're in Harlem, it might be too far for you.
It's actually close because I'm in Astoria. So it's like a 15-minute drive.
My bad. I ain't from here. All right. So you said you're going to be in the streets this summer. I want to know if there's a guy, he hits you up and he's like, look, I want to take you out. I want you to have a good time, X, Y, and Z. You know, you might want to go eat snow cones or something.
Right.
You know, and men might think you just want to eat steak and lobster. Who knows? But I think I want to hear what your opinion is about a good date. But before that, I'm going to let you know, like, this terrible date that I had. I was talking to our producer earlier, and ironically, I thought that perhaps maybe I'd had more bad dates, but there's only one I can actually remember. And I remember at the time I was living in Miami. This is after I finished grad school, and I was working for the Orange Bowl committee. And a guy that I knew previously, I think like I knew him from living in Chicago. He was like, yo, I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna go to Puerto Rico, blah, 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 blah. It was fun. We had a good time. But then one night we went out to dinner. And you know, there are restaurants that you go to that don't have prices on the menu, you know?
Yeah.
And I clearly wasn't paying attention to it. I just felt like he was gonna pay for it, you know? And because he invited me out.
Right.
And so.
I mean, it's supposed to be like that, right?
In my opinion.
Right.
I can't talk for everybody else, but you know.
I mean, it's.
Right.
Nowadays, like, I don't know.
It's different. It's weird out here.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they bring the check and the guy kind of wilds out. He's like, yo, there was no price on here. How can y'all bring me a check for this amount? I'm literally sitting there terrified, like, oh my God, how do I just escape this situation? Do I just throw my money down and walk out? Do I just walk out, go to the hotel and get my suitcase and leave? Like, what do I do? It was like one of the worst experiences I've ever had on a date.
God.
And I just can't imagine that a man would behave in such a fashion.
Did he agree? Did he pick the place, or you guys like just kind of both agreed on it?
Man, I ain't never been to Puerto Rico.
So he picked the place.
He picked the place, he picked the country, he picked the hotel. I was a guest.
Right.
I was literally a guest.
Right.
And I was up for the field trip. You know, so it was just weird to me. Like if you picked the place and you clearly saw there were no prices on the menu.
Like you should have known. You should have prepared yourself for that.
Something. It was weird.
Crazy. And he threw like a whole tantrum.
It was a situation.
Damn.
And he was speaking English, they were speaking Spanish. It was weird. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, he was from the south side of Chicago. Maybe not the south side. Let me not say that about y'all. But he was definitely from Chicago. So yeah, that was my tragic dating story from many years ago.
It's good that it was many years ago though. Not recently.
No, I'm not gonna lie. As I got older, I've had like a lot of really good dates. And I think I'm kind of simple in the things that I like. You know, like even now when me and my husband date, I love comedy shows. So we go to a lot of comedy shows. I like to drink. So we go to comedy shows and we drink. You know, like I don't feel like I'm very hard to please with respect to like just getting out and having fun, you know. So I want you to tell the people, what is your like just ideal date?
My
top tier.
Top tier. Okay, so my ideal date, like I don't want to go to dinner. I don't want to go like to a nightclub because a nightclub, like, I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be like a date idea. It's very like not welcoming to like trying to get to know someone. But I feel like dinners as a date, well, at least as a first date, I feel like it's corny to me because I feel like everyone does like, let's go on a dinner for a first date. So it's like, you're not really like putting effort, you know? Like you're like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna take her out to eat, you know? Like everyone does that. But I feel like my ideal date, it would be something that like we're both interested in, like either or. So I don't know, like maybe one day I'm feeling like I want to go to a museum, like take me to a museum, or one day I'm feeling like let's do something adventurous, like take me hiking, you know, like something like that. So it kind of depends on like how well someone is trying to get to know you.
Would you rather, let me ask you this, would you rather them just kind of like listen to what you're saying and like plan a date from there? Or would you rather them ask your input, like, hey, where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I feel like it depends, like either or, to be honest, because if he is asking me like what do I want to do and where I want to go, or like if he's asking me for my, you know, like my interests and stuff, like it shows that he cares. And it shows that like, cause I've had like, I don't know, like I've had some guys that are like, oh, like come to me like to this place, come to me to that place, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna tag along. I feel like I'm tagging along with you and stuff. But you know, like as opposed to like, you know, like a man asking me like, oh, like do you like sushi? You know, like what are your interests? Like what do you like to do for fun, you know? And then like we go from there.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen the engagement between my co-host and I, Rico, when we talked about like men not knocking on doors and chivalry being dead. If a guy takes you out, what's your preference? That you just meet him somewhere, or that he comes to pick you up, or that he sends a car for you? What's your ideal situation?
I'm not too picky. Personally, like you could pick me up or you could send a car.
All right, so if he pick you up, would you walk out to his car, or does he need to come to the door and greet you?
I feel like men don't do that nowadays.
That's so
like
weird.
at all.
It's so weird.
Like I don't know. I feel like they don't. So I'm like.
So you'd be fine if they didn't.
I feel like yeah, because I don't know.
You don't
like
expect it?
Yeah, I feel like it's so sad. Like I don't really expect it, you know. But you got extra points if you do. Like you know.
Fair enough. I got
Yeah.
you. All right. So she said you got to come to the door. Maybe. She wants to know you guys to know about her interest. What else? Can they hit you in your DMs? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, is that like a?
I turned off my DMs. Yeah.
Oh, you can turn off your DMs?
Well, your stories, like, you know, like when people reply to your stories. So like whether they can or can't reply to your stories. And that's how people like mostly hit you up. Like they just reply to your story.
Oh, tell me something.
Right?
So, but if someone hit you up in your DMs, you would, you know, engage?
I would. For the most part, yeah. If they're interesting, like if it's an interesting guy, you know, if they look interesting.
Gotcha. So let me ask, what's your type? You like tall? You like muscular? Slim? You like a dope boy? You like a nerd?
I don't know why. Like I feel like my type is like men with long hair.
Oh, that's nice.
Like I love men with long hair, like
guy?
with dreads. Yeah.
What's his name?
With dreads and like braids and stuff.
What is that one guy's name? He's always in like the movies. He's like a. Okay, let me stop. I don't know his name. But anyway, so you like guys with long hair, tall?
I like artistic guys. I like guys that are into art, music, fashion.
Oh, nice. And they're more likely to have long hair.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so we know you're going to be in the streets this summer. We're going to have some guys hitting you up. When it comes to, I know you said you're not that big of a dating app fan, but you know, it's the way of the time. You know what I mean?
I downloaded Tinder once.
Ooh,
and I
scary.
kept it. No, it's crazy. It's crazy because I had it for like 3 days and then I deleted it because it was just like too much for me. I'm like, I can't do this.
So what was so bad about it? I don't know about Tinder.
I feel like with the swipe right and swipe left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's more creepy because it's like, you know, like you're after one thing, like either to date or to have sex, like, you know, the memo, everyone knows what's up and stuff. So it's more like, I feel like dating apps are like more upfront. It's more like, are we gonna fuck? Are we gonna date? Like, are we gonna...
What's what?
You know, like what's what? But I don't like that. I don't like that forwardness, especially when it comes to dating. So I feel like...
Wait, why not though?
Like the forwardness?
Yeah, the honesty, the
honesty.
Being upfront.
Because I feel like, I don't know, it's like, I feel like being a woman... You know, like when you feel like there's times where you feel like, you know, like when people like only want you for your body and stuff. I feel like dating apps, like it just makes me feel like more like that. That I'm like, but, you know, like, of course, like I go on dating apps to like, with the goal, you know, like to hook up with someone and stuff.
But wouldn't you rather know what the other person's intentions are? They only want to...
But that's the thing, because I feel like with Instagram, the difference is that, like, let's say you follow a person, and then, you know, like, you like their aesthetic, you like their vibe, you know, like, what they have to offer, and then, you know, like, you start seeing their stories, and, like, you know, it goes, like, day by day. You see that, like, oh my God, like, this person is so interesting, you know, you reply to like their story and stuff, and then it goes from there. So I feel like you could kind of like just get to know them more and see if they're, you know, like really your fit. Because I feel like with Tinder, it's like, oh, like I like baking, oh, I do this as a job, oh, like my interests are this, this, and that. I feel like with Instagram, like, you could like gradually, you know, like see like, oh, so this person does that, like this person likes this art, you know, like this person, you know, like they do this, they do that, they like this. So it's like you get to see more, and then it's like,
no, I understand what you're saying.
And then you could kind of build it up, like if you guys go back and forth, like DMing each other.
So you're saying that you prefer Instagram as a means of dating. So if someone hits you in your DMs, you're more likely to engage with them in that format. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you meet the profile guidelines or not?
Yeah, they're more like surface level, you know? It's like, oh, like, show me your 3 best photos. Show me, like, your top 3, like, your interests, what you do, this, and that. But on Instagram, like, you could see, like, really everything that they do. Like, where do they like to go? Like, what foods do they like? Do they like to go to the gym? How often do they go to the gym?
Gotcha.
You know what's scary? I actually had this guy, like, he was microanalyzing my Instagram.
And what does that mean? Tell us, what does microanalyzing the Instagram mean?
Microanalyzing, it's like, I don't want to say stalker, because it's not that, but like, it's basically like they see how you post, what you post, how often you post, you know, like.
So how did you know that that's what he was doing?
Because he told me.
All right, well, she told y'all guys. So make her have a great summer. Help her out here.
Please,
you know.
Please do. We outside this summer.
Yeah, she's in Astoria, so.
Not too far from Harlem.
Right, well, that's
15 minutes.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you giving me your perspective. It's interesting because I don't feel like I know many like young women who are just like who have no interest in dating. You know, you're just kind of like if it happens.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm on a very like important like self-care journey
right now.
Moment in my life, and I feel like with people my age, they don't understand what it means to like actually like do self-care and put yourself first and like practice self-love. Like they think it's one thing, but like It's really another thing. Like, you really have to commit yourself and like be disciplined. And a lot of people don't get that because I feel like people love toxicity and like we're so addicted to like negativity and stuff and like that chasing and stuff. So I'm like, I'm good off that, like, you know?
No, I appreciate it. And I actually think that's something that a lot of people don't learn until they're a little older. So if that's a lesson that you have now,
and then it's like,
valuable.
but then it's like, why did it take them so long, you know?
But
like,
everybody has their own path. I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, everyone has their own path, their own journey. So, you know, something you're learning or you're, you know, realizing at 22, some people, it takes them until 32.
Right.
You know, some people make their first million at 22. Some people make their first million at 32. So it's just, people are who they are. They're going to be who they're going to be. But I think it's impressive that you do have that bit of insight and maturity at this point. You know.
Thank you.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her, follow the show, 8 at the Table. Everything is below. Make sure you like, subscribe, chat, comments, because sometimes I will play with you if you play with me. And make sure you buy the merch. All right. Thank y'all.
Bye.